Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw, live from Dallas, Texas. And we are kicking it off with the Lunatic Fringe, the newly crowned Hardcore Champion, Dean Ambrose. And ladies and gentlemen, this title is defended 24/7 across all three brands, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And the Lunatic Fringe is looking like he has something to say. He has taken on all comers. Oh God. Oh God. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. Look out. Oh no. We've seen this before. What the hell is this? And Dean Ambrose goes for a ride. Sister Abigail. And listen to this crowd, the disgust. Bray Wyatt. Is he going to pin him? I don't see a referee. Well, a cryptic message. Bray Wyatt choosing not to pin Dean Ambrose, but to hunt Dean Ambrose for his... Well, ladies and gentlemen, next week, coming off the heels of his monumental time limit draw with The Undertaker, Shinsuke Nakamura breaks his silence. What will the King of Strong Style have to say about the dead man? And may the dead man even show up to confront the man that served him his first ever draw at WrestleMania. And well, it's the GM time. It's Shane McMahon. And every time Shane McMahon is in the building, you know something big is brewing. And Shane O'Mac makes his way out to a fairly mixed reaction. He has made some decisions of late that haven't flown as well with the crowd. And this Dallas crowd, as we all know, the crowd after WrestleMania is always volatile. Well, we were going to hear from Shane McMahon, but here comes an undoubtedly irate Seth Rollins. Of course, as everybody knows, Seth Rollins won the title clean over Batista last night, only to lose it immediately to Randy Orton, who cashed in his Money in the Bank exactly 1 year after Seth Rollins did the same. Absolutely incredible scenes. Seth Rollins losing the title the way he won it. And as we all know, Seth Rollins doesn't take those sort of things well. I don't think anyone would. And he has cut off the general manager of Raw to come out and give us a piece of his mind. And, well, this Dallas crowd is giving him a piece of theirs. Wow. Things are certainly heating up now. Seth Rollins, who cut off the general manager, has now been cut off himself by none other than the Animal, who, let's not forget, he lost his title as well last night. An incredible 2 title changes. Oh. Well, cut off by the... Everybody's getting cut off, including me, by the pyro. Well, that's true. That's got to hurt Seth hearing that. Oh my God, next week, Seth Rollins versus... Oh my God. And we are going to be joined by the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton. Is anybody going to get a full sentence in around here? Randy Orton, as I mentioned earlier, cashed in his Money in the Bank on Seth Rollins, and with a swift RKO ended the reign of Seth Rollins after only a matter of minutes. But the big news, ladies and gentlemen, is that next week our main event will be Seth Rollins versus Batista for a shot at Randy Orton at the next time we meet on pay-per-view, which is Backlash. Very aptly titled pay-per-view after WrestleMania. With every action comes a reaction. And Randy Orton certainly looks pretty happy with himself, and this Dallas crowd is certainly very happy to see him. Well, he would think that. Well, I guess so. Oh, for God's sake. What is it? What is it with tonight and people getting cut off? And of course, this guy, he has to throw his 2 cents in as well. It's the United States champion, Kevin Owens. He defeated John Cena in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3 last night, in what could be called the biggest victory of his career. Kevin Owens, the reigning and defending United States champion, making his presence felt now here tonight. Well, I had a feeling he'd be talking about something like this. Of course. Of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Shane McMahon has made a huge main event for you this evening. It'll be Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, the 2 champions of Raw, to take on Seth Rollins and Batista. It should be volatile. We are going to get a visit from the brand new Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. Oh, for God's sake, look at his shirt. My God. I mean, you have to know that Sheamus is going to milk this for everything it's worth. And here's the footage last night. Damien Sandow getting so close. Damien Sandow wanting to be taken more seriously. And Sheamus with a bro kick. Damien Sandow just falling short yet again. And look at Sheamus. Did you see what was written on the back of his shirt? It says Giant Slayer. And this Dallas crowd are right on the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus, no doubt, coming out here to have a few words. Yeah, we know. We know. Oh my God. Yeah, we see that. Oh my goodness. Well, I think it might be time for Sheamus to put his money where his mouth is, and the interruptions continue here tonight. It should be called Monday Night Interruptions at the moment. But this is one that I'm happy about. The WWE Tag Team Champions, the Hall of Destruction, Big Show and Mark Henry, have been on a tear through the tag team division here. And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, these titles are defended on both Raw and SmackDown. And have a look at the size of this team, and look at Sheamus now. I think he might be regretting some of the things he said. Well, okay. The gauntlet has been laid down. What will Sheamus's choice be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this week on NXT, Daniel Bryan makes a huge announcement regarding the former NXT champion, Ryan Lusk. Rumors are swirling around the industry that Ryan Lusk may be available for a main roster call-up. Tune into NXT to find out the latest happenings. Well, Sheamus has obviously made his decision. He has hightailed it out of here. And now it's Primo and Epico coming up against the current tag team champions. And I'm not even sure which one's Primo or Epico. But either way, they're in for the fight of their lives here against the Hall of Destruction. Sheamus come out claiming to be the Giant Slayer. Well, he certainly has taken, in my opinion, what is the correct decision and the correct route, and that is to get the hell out of the way of the Hall of Destruction, Mark Henry and the Big Show, as the Big Show goes to work as we finally get underway with some action. The talking is done and the action has begun here, and the Big Show has this match well in hand. And look at the power. Look at the power as he tries to grab hold of the Big Show, but he just shrugs him off like he's a fly. And look out, this is danger time here. Oh my God. A huge big boot and into the cover. The full weight of the Big Show is down. And Primo certainly not in a great position here as the Big Show puts him into the corner. And here is that tag team prowess that is built up. A mix of solid tag team wrestling and solid power. The Hall of Destruction have been on a tear through the tag team division. As I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team titles are defended across Raw and SmackDown. So you can tune in to either of those shows to see the tag team division, which is hotter than ever, as Mark Henry slowly rolls over Primo into the cover. And just a 2 count, but already in control. And just complete and utter domination here, and another big boot. And that'll knock anyone senseless. As Mark Henry, oh, he missed that kick. Primo showing a little bit of speed here. And look at that again. Primo tries to grab him, and Henry, oh, look out, Hurricane Rana. And that might be the way to use the full weight of your body. And Henry, he seems a little bit shocked by that. And here's Epico now, whipping Henry in off the ropes, and another Hurricane Rana. So taking the big man off balance, and therefore taking him off his feet, might just be the kind of tactic. And this is what you've got to do. You've got to try and keep Mark Henry grounded. I'd be personally trying to keep some separation and try and use your speed, if I'm Primo or Epico, to try and get this done. Try and cause a huge upset here. And see now Epico really taking it to Mark Henry, keeping him grounded. And this is really unexpected, as Mark Henry's trapped in the corner here. And that's it. That's it. Work on the base. Work on the base. You've got to chop the tree down. Mark Henry. Look out, look out, look out. And another Hurricane Rana. And Mark Henry could be in trouble. And here is the high flyer. It's Primo to the top. Primo to the top, all the way down with a beautiful moonsault. A picture-perfect moonsault. Get the cover. He's not going to. He's going to try and wear the big man down. This is the first time in a long time that we've seen Mark Henry and the Big Show in trouble. As Epico, oh, look out. Look out, look out. This could mean trouble here. He throws him down. No, 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 no. Mark Henry, up and down. Oh, my God. Took the air completely out of him, picked him up, threw him into the corner. And now Henry whips him in. Look out, the destruction device. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And that, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team champions get yet another win. Have a look at this, the destruction device, the double D. Look at the power of Mark Henry, throws him into the Big Show and straight into the cover. My goodness me. Mark Henry and the Big Show continue their dominance. It looked as though Los Matadores might be able to cause an upset, but it wasn't to be. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up this week on SmackDown, your main event will be Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho coming hot off the heels of WrestleMania, losing the Intercontinental title ladder match to AJ Styles. He's still claiming him as the best, and Sami Zayn wants to prove him wrong. And well, we are about to be joined by another former champion. It's Paige, the anti-diva. And that word is a word that we will not use around these parts, is diva. It's all about the women's division. And you can catch the women's division on all 3 brands: NXT, SmackDown, and this one, Monday Night Raw. And Paige certainly doesn't look happy with how things have transpired. Well, certainly not going to do you any favors. And Dallas is on their feet. It's the women's champion, Sasha Banks. Well, Paige is demanding a rematch. And I gotta say, Sasha Banks does not look dressed for competition. Paige was out here demanding a general manager. She didn't care if it was Daniel Bryan, if it was Shane McMahon, someone who makes decisions. She wants a rematch immediately. And I guess she's got somewhat of her wish. The women's champion is out here, and listen to this Dallas crowd. Oh, of course. Of course.
You think you know me?
Well, if we wanted someone who makes decisions, this is the man. It's the SmackDown General Manager Edge. And listen to this crowd. Goodness me. This place is shaking. Well, SmackDown General Manager has announced that on SmackDown, he will be making a major announcement about the women's division. What on earth could that be? But right now we've got Paige in action. Oh, look out, look out, look at these elbows. Paige in action against Summer Rae. Paige misses that boot, but look at this. Paige is on a mission here. Summer Rae has made it no mystery of late that she wants to get back in the game. She wants to get her hands on that women's championship, and Paige almost threw her out of the ring with that fall-away slam. Paige is firmly in control of Summer Rae, who has somewhat been a little bit down on her luck lately. She's been plying her trade, trying to improve her skills, and look out, Paige with a float-over neck breaker. Paige completely dominant. Of course, last night at WrestleMania, losing her title to Sasha Banks. And Paige letting it known that this is her house, and she certainly hasn't taken it very well, losing that title. As you can imagine, and as a lot of people can probably relate to, losing your championship, losing something you love, losing something that means so much to you really stings, and you can see it in Paige's actions here tonight. She whips Summer Rae into the corner. Now what's Paige thinking here? Lifts her up. Oh, snake eyes off the corner. Paige is absolutely dominating Summer Rae here. Paige now. Is she looking for it here? Is she looking for the Paige turner? The Paige turner to Summer Rae. You've got to follow it up, Paige. Into the cover, and that'll do it. 2 and 3, no! Summer Rae showing some fight. Paige can't believe it. She runs at Summer Rae here. And snap suplex. She's just not letting up. She is just not letting up, and now she's throwing the boots, but Summer Rae got out of the way only to be knocked down again. And Paige absolutely dominating here. Much to the dismay of this crowd. Off the ropes and a drop kick. Good Lord. Paige absolutely dominant. She is one pissed off woman. And look out, oh, the rampage spiking, absolutely spiking Summer Rae. And she has not moved into the cover, and that will do it. 2 and 3, and Paige completely and utterly destroying Summer Rae here tonight and making a statement to everybody on the women's roster that she is no one to be messed with. Paige takes out Summer Rae, whose bad run continues. But Paige thought she had it there with the Paige Turner. Summer Rae somehow finding something. Summer Rae showing something. But Paige, look at this. Look at the rampage. Is there a more devastating finishing maneuver in the business today? Extremely impressive win for Paige here, and she sent a message to SmackDown General Manager Edge saying, it doesn't matter what you put in front of me, I'm getting that Women's Championship back. And as we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, Edge this week on SmackDown makes a major announcement regarding the women's division. Be sure to tune in later in the week. And we are set to go for our tag team main event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The two former champions who will face off in next week's main event, Seth Rollins and Batista. Can they coexist against the two current champions, who you can only see exclusively here on Monday Night Raw, as Kevin Owens just throws Seth Rollins outside the ring and then walks straight over to Batista and gets in his face. And this guy, Kevin Owens, he is really something else. He had a huge win last night over John Cena, and he really is a prize fighter, Kevin Owens. He gets it done on the big stage. Look out. Kevin Owens, oh, and again, Seth Rollins taken to the outside, and Kevin Owens again playing to this Dallas crowd. The first of 2 nights we are going to spend in Dallas. Next week, Monday Night Raw, will emanate live from Dallas, Texas again. Oh, look out, and you can hear this Dallas, Texas crowd getting behind Randy Orton. They want a tag. Kevin Owens doesn't want to give it to him. It's Kevin Owens. Won't let Seth Rollins recover here, who had both the best and worst night of his career in the space of about 3 minutes last night, when Randy Orton cashed in Money in the Bank a year after Seth Rollins did the same. And now you can hear the applause as the WWE Champion is in action for the first time since WrestleMania. And look at Kevin Owens has just taken off. He tagged in Randy Orton, and now Kevin Owens, he's had enough. He's done his job. He's had enough, and Kevin Owens has taken off and has abandoned the WWE Champion. And now it's 2-on-1. Randy Orton has to face the two former champions, and that is a huge swinging side slam. And oh, Randy Orton shows a bit of speed, but Batista, Randy Orton's going to have to fight from underneath here, and you've got to believe that Batista and Rollins will be looking to soften up Randy Orton now. It's fallen into their laps here. Kevin Owens has taken off and has abandoned Randy Orton, and now he faces an uphill battle, and it becomes about survival for Randy Orton now. What the hell is Kevin Owens thinking? He's just thinking, well, I've done enough. I've had enough. I won my big match last night. I'm in the main event on Monday Night Raw, and I'm just going to leave the WWE Champion high and dry. And that is the volatility that can follow a match like this, where enemies team up. Anything can happen, and Randy Orton is showing that here. He's going 2-on-1 here with Batista and Rollins, and he is getting it done with a huge suplex right to the middle of the ring. Now Orton rolls over Batista. And Orton putting up a hell of a fight here, but Batista throws him into the corner. And this could spell big trouble here as he bounces off the corner, and Batista with a face buster, and that could be enough. That could easily be enough for Randy Orton. No, it's two. It's two. The champion stays alive. Now Batista picks him up. What's he got planned? Oh, he rolls through the entire weight of Batista down onto the torso of Randy Orton. And he is in huge trouble here. Randy Orton is in massive trouble. And Batista working together with Rollins to beat down the champion is probably the smartest thing you could do. Soften him up before Backlash. Maybe even take him out before Backlash. But Randy Orton isn't going to have it, and he lets Seth Rollins back in the ring, but he grabs a headlock. Seth Rollins shows the quickness, the pace, and this is what Seth Rollins does. Oh, look out, Randy Orton. He was playing a little bit of possum there. And now he's in control, and Orton. He's going to take him over for the DDT. And, oh, Randy Orton with the DDT. And this Dallas crowd is on their feet. Randy Orton into the cover on Rollins. One, and just a 1 count. Seth Rollins kicking out after 1. And look out, RKO! RKO out of nowhere! RKO out of nowhere! Into the cover! Oh, he had his hand under the rope. He had his hand under the rope. And now Seth Rollins retreats. Back in comes Seth Rollins. He's in trouble. Rollins is in trouble. Oh, look out. Counter. Elbow. A counter on an elbow. But, oh, Randy Orton. Randy Orton is taking it to both men here. The WWE champion is feeling it here. And Orton with another headlock. And he just tosses Rollins to the outside, and this is getting ugly. Seth Rollins and Randy Orton just brawling on the outside, a huge shot, and you'll notice Batista not too concerned. And why would you be? These two, if they beat the hell out of each other, it could mean good things for Batista, and that's what I'm talking about with how volatile this situation is. These two are absolutely tearing each other apart on the outside, and Batista is just standing there watching as Rollins, sent him into the barricade. And now Rollins lighting up Randy Orton here, lighting him up. Listen to those chops, and these two are absolutely tearing each other apart. Rollins, he missed, but Orton didn't. And this has just gotten absolutely out of hand here. These two absolutely tearing each other apart. Oh my God. And Seth Rollins says, screw this, I'm out of here. Seth Rollins has taken off. We're at a count of 6. And Randy Orton is wondering where well, he's just called it as well. And now Batista's in the ring. And these two are going to go toe-to-toe here. But look out, Batista. Batista, is he going to set him up? And down for a Batista bomb. A massive Batista bomb. Randy Orton preoccupied with Seth Rollins taking off. And Batista into the cover. 1, 2, and 3. And oh my God. Batista picks up a huge pinfall over the WWE champion, and a match that absolutely broke down. Kevin Owens walked out on Randy Orton. It was 2-on-1. And then Seth Rollins decided he'd take off as well. And Batista picks up the scraps and picks up a massive win, and will take a huge amount of momentum into the match with Seth Rollins next week for the #1 contendership. A WrestleMania main event anywhere. Look out, Owens! Owens is back! Owens! A pop-up powerbomb! A pop-up powerbomb out of nowhere! Kevin Owens took off on Randy Orton, and he's come out of nowhere again. And Kevin Owens has dropped Batista. and tossed him to the outside of the ring. And this Dallas crowd booing Kevin Owens out of the building. And wait. On the apron, oh my God. Seth Rollins has come back from out of nowhere as well. Hooks him up. Rollins, pedigree. A pedigree to Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins. My God. You talk about a volatile situation completely. Look at Owens, he's busted open. And Seth Rollins. Look out. Behind you, Seth. It's Randy Orton. Randy Orton back. And the DDT. The WWE Champion, the Viper. And now he's going to stalk Randy. Randy's stalking Rollins. And the RKO. And the WWE Champion, Randy Orton. Listen to this Dallas crowd. What a night. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to episode 1 of Monday Night Raw. The Viper, Randy Orton, stands tall.